So I also wanted to talk about this really strange memory that I have. Um, I know that it was when I was younger, but I can't pinpoint if this is actually real or not. Like, I don't know if this really happened. It's not a dream. I know that. But something when I was walking through the woods in West Virginia, a particular part of West Virginia, uh, um, I have this memory. I just don't know if it's real, and I don't know what to make of it. So I thought I'd share that here. I forgot about it for a long time, but I don't know if this was a real experience that I had or something imaginary, but I don't know why I have this recurring memory of it. So this is really strange, and it does involve another like UFO sighting or experience. Um, it's just not one that I can explain at all. Like I can't say for 100% certainty that this was just my imagination or a real experience that I had that I actually saw this. Um, but I have a memory of it, and this would have been not exactly sure how old I was. It would have been sometime early to mid 90s, I would say. So, um, it was the daytime, and I was walking in the woods, as like in a forest, and but it wasn't a dense forest. Like there was some clearings, so that you could see the sky really well, and parts of this um, forest, or maybe more like a grove. Um, what I saw was, or what I thought I saw, there was this black. It was so dark. It was like a pitch black thing. This was a bright sunny day, but this flying object, whatever it was pitch black. This is what I remember. It was round. It was more, but it wasn't a saucer. It wasn't a flying saucer like the ones I saw before. It was more round, like a spherical, I would say, or almost bowl shaped. If that makes any sense. Like more like a bowl than a saucer. So it looked, it had more height to it. Um, it was almost circular, like it was almost spherical, but maybe not quite. Um, or if you like, yeah, I guess we'll go with that because and it was black. The color was black. Um, it was almost like a distortion to it almost. I don't know how to explain this though. And so okay, so that's not the strangest part of this though from my memory. The strangest part was it looked like there was oh my gosh. It looked like there was a figure inside of it. Inside of that's on the top of the object. And it was floating. Now I didn't see it for very long. And the figure was also dark. The figure was all the same color, so it was black, the same color, but it looked like there was a figure standing in or on. It was like in the object, like half it, like you could see half of the figure above the object, and then the lower half you couldn't see though. It was like inside of the craft, whatever this thing was. So it was like a black spherical object, and it looked like there's or bowl shaped. I'm gonna go bowl shaped. So imagine like a bowl, floating in the sky, like a giant bowl. It was pretty big. It was a giant bowl. Like, I don't know how big. Like it wasn't like I don't think it was as big as an like a. I'm trying to think of a comparison, a size comparison here. It's hard to judge from memory. Um, Maybe like the size of a small, the size of a small plane. Maybe I don't. But it was big enough. But it was let's see, let's go the size of like a small, um, like two-seated plane, I guess. Somewhere around in there. And it was bowl. It looked like it was bowl shaped. It was black, and it looked like there was a figure above the bowl, like in the bowl, inside of the bowl. So like think of it like like a hot air balloon, like where you have the basket thing. They have where you're standing on, or whatever you're standing on, and you're inside of the hot air balloon, and it was something similar to that. Only there was no balloon above the object or figure. There was no balloon there at all. Nothing like that. So it's not, it wasn't a balloon or blimp like object at all. It wasn't anything like that. And it wasn't a plane, anything like that. It wasn't a flying it it wasn't a flying saucer, wasn't a plane, wasn't a helicopter. There was no noise to this thing. There was no exhaust. Nothing that it was, no trails that it was leaving. But like I said, on top it looked like there was a figure inside of like halfway inside of the object. And it wasn't moving very fast. Fast enough though, like, because I only saw it for maybe like 10 seconds. It wasn't very long, and it was flying over the treetops, so it was not high up. It was not that high up, this one. And this is the memory that I have, and I watched it for a little bit, and it would like be hidden above a lot of the treetops though, and then I'd see it again, and then it was gone. Like I couldn't see it anymore. I guess it just floated away, and I couldn't grasp what I was seeing. I couldn't find it again. I was trying to I was trying to like rush to get more glimpses of it, and I couldn't. I think I was probably on a hillside, like to where I couldn't get to it more, but I tried. But I saw it for a while, enough to gauge what I was seeing. I guess have an idea of what I was seeing, but to this day I can't explain it. And it's like this, like I still don't know if this was. It was more than like just. I don't know. I don't know how to explain this. It wasn't a bird, by the way. It wasn't like a black vulture or something like that. It didn't look anything like that. So, and I see those all the time. So, I mean, it wasn't like that. But it's this memory that I have of seeing this thing. I just don't know if it really happened. Like the way I described. That's just the memory that I have of it. That's what's so weird about this, is because I have all these the other vivid memories are real experience and real experiences that I've had with the UFOs, like the silver discs and the black triangle, I know for a fact that happened. That was real. This one, I can't be 100% sure if it's just like a wild imagination that I had when I was younger, and that I just like imagined seeing this thing hovering above the trees, or if this is a real like event, a real incident that I had. It's a real memory um, that I have of seeing this thing. And it could have been because it was so long ago. Maybe that's why I'm thinking. That's why I'm unsure about it, and it seems really wild. But that's the memory that I have. So the close. I don't know. I don't know how to even describe this thing. Like, what could the figure have been? What could the object have been? I thought I'd share this though. I mean, it's really interesting, if nothing else. It's a good story to tell, but um, it's not fictional. So that's why I wanted to tell the story. It's a memory that I have of something that I must have seen when I was younger. And something's like something. It's very hazy, and it's a very hazy. I don't know. It's very hazy because for some reason I can't tell whether it's what I saw was real or imaginary. I just have that strong memory of it. So the figure, I just remember it looked like there was a figure in there. In the It looked like a giant flying. The Okay, it looked like a giant flying. I said bowl, or like a mortar, and like a mortar, like that's what the shape of it was. Like the mortar and pestle thing stuff. That's what it looked like, and instead of like a pestle, it looked like a person floating in this bowl thing or mortar. And both were black. So whatever the figure was, it had to have been dressed in black. And I couldn't make out like a face or anything, but it looked like the shape of a head. Looked like a head. It looked like a body in there. Some kind of a humanoid um, looking thing in there. So that's my memory of this thing. Has anybody ever experienced anything like this before? Is this just too fantastical, or like I don't know. You let me know what you think. And I wanted to share it because it's just crazy. I know it's crazy sounding. It is crazy sounding. So I don't even know what to make of it. But I wanted to share it. Let me know what you think. I'll be back with more weird UFO style videos soon.